There it goes. You can see it quickly overtaking the city with a green toxic haze. Everybody's gonna die now. Bon appetit. Well, shit. The disc is full. Oops. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Hey guys, how you all doing? Really? That's just great. I'm doing pretty great today too because we have a fun little project that has been given to us today. We need to make a couple little things inside of Photoshop. But as part of an experiment, we need to make these projects inside of Photoshop 0.63 beta. We're talking software from 1988, running on this Macintosh TV with a 68K processor and 8 megabytes of RAM. Oh boy, this is gonna be good. Here we go. System 7.1, the software's from 1992, the operating system, and Photoshop is from 1988. There we go, 8 megs of memory. So as you can see, I have System 7 configured with some color and an extended Apple menu and stuff like that. If you want to see some more Macintosh TV shenanigans, do check out the other episodes I have for you. But for today, let's have some fun in Photoshop. The icon was actually a Photoshop. Let's go to the About. Here we go, Photoshop 0.63 from 1988, Thomas Knoll. All right, let's do some stuff. So it's been a while since I've used this, but I did make a demo video of this many years ago, and if I remember correctly, you have one level of undo and just one layer. We take that stuff for granted nowadays with our virtually unlimited layers and our history step backs and all that stuff. But yeah, this was it back then. We can experiment with making a new document. We can just do like 512 by 512 here. Now here's something cool I accidentally bumped into a while ago. When you set certain color settings inside of Photoshop, that doesn't always render solely inside the viewport here. Like I set it to a monochrome document, but now the whole Macintosh interface is monochrome. I guess it was just faster to compute that way. Oh, that's a zoom in tool. Okay, now we know that. Now I'm at 200%. I don't know how to undo that. Okay, zoom out. Oh, command minus. That's pretty common nowadays. Select foreground color. Well, that's a lot of black. Let's brighten this up to... There we go. There's our colors. Oh, this must be out of a 16-bit value. Oh, yep. I was thinking it was 8-bit. But, yeah, 65,535, 16-bit. I can, like, paint. I can, like, do that. Oh, man, yeah. If you go too fast, you're going to get a lot of polygonal results there. Okay, let's undo that. But as you can also see, there's some dithering there with our limited color palette. I'm guessing, yeah, we're in RGB. Because, yeah, like I see... I think you double-click it. That's right. Okay, so if we want to make the brush bigger, we can change the shape. We can change the pressure. A lot of controls. I mean, we're talking a 1988 program. I mean, this is pretty cool. And it does support color capabilities. So now we can do, like, some... airbrush strokes there. Look at that. Alright, so let's not save our masterpiece. Let's say we need to edit an existing picture. I'm sure I have some pictures on here, maybe even some screenshots from when I was experimenting with the TV features on this computer. Because it does double as a TV, which is pretty cool. And if you take a screenshot while you're in TV mode, you actually screenshot whatever the TV is displaying, which is pretty cool. I think I have some pictures of that. They're not really labeled, and thumbnail previews weren't really a thing, so... Let's just take a wild get. Oh. Problem parsing the pict. Okay, well, that was a problem. Let's do open as. I just did an open. Let's do an open as and choose... Oh my gosh. Well, they're a pict file, I think. Let's try opening them up as raw. Oh, rows and columns. Oh, alright, well. It's probably gonna open up like a piece of shit. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. It's abstract art, guys. That's all it is. We could take the smudge tool and probably... Oh yeah, we're actually smudging that pretty well. Hang on, let's crank that up a bit. You following me, camera guy? You want me to full screen this? Zoom in a bit? Let's just pretend we're editing like a star field. Like this is like a star field here. And oh yeah, we're just... Actually, that smudges pretty fast. That's pretty decent performance considering the circumstances. Actually, that's actually kind of entertaining. Move over, KidPix Studio. This is the shit. Full screen Photoshop there, man. Yeah, I think we lost some color there. Let's go to RGB color mode. See if we can get anything out of this. It's probably still going to be black and white. Yeah, see, now you definitely see that dithering kick in, it looks like. So if I go back to... Let me go back to monochrome. I want to see something here. Discard color information. That's really interesting. I never really paid attention to that. When we're in monochrome mode, the shades look smoother. There's significantly less dithering. All right, well, let's close that. Let's maybe use something we can actually edit. So let's do open as. I believe I have some photos on here from a Chicago trip from the premiere. Those were the photos I was using in the premiere demo. Yep, Ghost of Cloudgate. Oh no, that's not right. So let's open it up as a picked file. Picked file. Honestly, if I couldn't hear the hard drive, like I wouldn't even know it's doing something right now, but I know it is. I trust it. There we go. Something's coming in. It's painting. And there we go. Look at that. And that actually redraws pretty well. While I'm scrolling around, that actually redraws pretty decently. So let's zoom out here, see what we're looking at. Could not use the smudging tool because it does not work with index colored images. Well, that makes sense, I guess, even though it doesn't. Let's switch to RGB mode. The watch spins around. Here we go. And now, let's smudge the Chicago skyline. Oh, yeah. As you can see down here, we're working with a 2 megabyte document right now, which is pretty intense. There we go. That was our one level of undo. Let's do some cool adjustments. Let's see. Hue and saturation. Okay, this part is interesting because remember when I was talking about the color calculation earlier? Well, it turns out that when I make an adjustment here, you'll see that the whole Macintosh interface is adjusting with it. And I guess it was just faster to compute it that way. But if you hit preview, just the canvas, just the viewport will receive the adjustments, not the whole Macintosh interface. You can even see the Apple menu up there is being affected by the color adjustment, which is kind of cool, actually. Let's say we make it more green, and then I hit preview. If we give it a moment, it will just recalculate inside the Photoshop document. And there it goes. You can see it quickly overtaking the city with a green toxic haze. Everybody's gonna die now. That's not good. So yeah, we could do that, or we can hit cancel and let it go back. There we go. Let's zoom this out a little bit. Command minus button. Filter, blur, despeckle, find edges, Gaussian blur, calculate, blend modes even. Look at that. Let's see how long it takes to calculate a Gaussian blur on here. Let's do a radius of 24. That's a good sign. Probably gonna melt the 68K inside this poor thing. Oh shit, hang on. There it goes. I was trying to abort it by like doing escape or command period, but no, it actually did it. It actually applied a Gaussian blur to our photo. Let's zoom in there and enjoy the details. Look at that. Yes, of course it's dithering, but you know, that's what we had back then. I think I zoomed in really far now. It's a very blurry day in downtown Chicago. Let's undo that. And there it goes. So, you know, we don't really have any like titling tools inside of here, as one might imagine. We're talking really old software. So we're gonna have to draw our title on here. Let's see what we got going on with the brush. There we go. There we go. That's performance. That'll work. Let's change the color. Let's see. We're going against blue, so maybe a bit of like an orange for contrast's sake. CL. Making like a little postcard. I'm really like John Maddening the screen right now. There's supposed to be a space there, by the way. That's a space. And then some squiggly. Let's do pink for the heart. And there we go. That's our little Cloudgate postcard. Look at that. Oh, not too shabby, right? Let's save this out so we don't lose our work. Save it as a Photoshop document. We did have a lot of different formats here. Pixel Paint, QDV, RAW, Mac Paint, CompuServe, GIF. When we want to send this to our friends and enemies, we can save it as a picked file, or a TIFF, I guess. Let's just save it as a picked file, put that on the desktop. Greetings from Cloudgate. That's a lot of resolution. We don't really need 24 bits per pixel. The watch spins around and around. Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. I won't pass up on a decent Steve Miller joke opportunity ever. Here's what the Photoshop document icon is, by the way. It's a little film canister with a piece of film sticking out. But yeah, that's the old icon. So here's our Cloudgate postcard. Yep, 2 megabytes on disk. Photoshop document. Oh, another discovery I just made is that you can actually perform certain edits while in full screen mode, which is pretty fun. So like if I do Command H, I can summon my hue and saturation adjustments while looking at the picture in full screen mode, which is pretty cool. Command M, arbitrary map. I'm guessing that's something kind of like curves. Let's see, I think Command L is levels, if I had to guess. Adjust levels, yep. So we can adjust some brightness and the shadows and highlights. I'm not super familiar with how this particular interface works. Oh yeah, as you can see, it's adjusting the whole interface. See, it's adjusting the whole interface until I hit preview. Oh man, I didn't even notice that. When you move the window around, the effect goes away temporarily, probably because it can't redraw any motion while the effect is applied. Yeah, that's what we had to work with. Let's see if there's any other goodies on here. Documents. Pictures. Pictures, pictures, pictures. I have no idea what some of these pictures even are. I'm just gonna randomly guess, because I seriously have no clue. Oh, it's of a power book. How fitting. Well, that looks cool. Let's give it a nice black and white look. Now, we could just change the, like, the color mode, or we can be daring and apply a filter, which, no, we can't, actually. For some reason, the filters are blurred out. Oh, because it's index, that's right. Hang on, let's set it to RGB. Let's say we want to give it a vintage look, but we don't want to go full black and white. We maybe just want to wash it out a bit. So, let's go to hue and saturation. Bring the saturation way down. Give it some time to calculate. There it goes. And now we can be like, it's missing a little something. Maybe like a little, like a sepia. So we could say adjust. Let's go to the hue and saturation again, and we'll colorize it. And we'll give it a little bit of a, maybe like a little bit of a tan look. See how that comes out. Probably will look like shit, but we'll see. And there it goes. So now it has a bit of a very kind of brownish, vintagey sepia look. Beautiful. Mwah, that's a masterpiece. And I think that'll make the client very happy, especially considering we're doing this on 0.63 beta Photoshop. Let's throw that on the desktop. Bon appetit. Well, shit. The disk is full. Oops. But we'll save it with a lot less color. And there we go. Mission accomplished. That worked just fine. Let's quit that. And there we have our beautiful masterpieces. In fact, I put so much work into these, I should really put them where they belong. There we go. Well, that was a lot of fun. Thanks for joining with me, and let me know if you have any other suggestions for old software you want me to try out. The Macintosh TV and the Macintosh 2 Ci are my new petri dishes for experimenting with software on the 68K architecture. Thanks for tagging along. Catch the crazy and pass it on.